Good morning. Good morning. Hope everyone's okay this morning. Just open your eyes is the gift. When both eyes open, that's two gifts already you've got. That's the beginning of a new day. Welcome to Prosperity for Your Soul. I am coach and mentor Kampamba Mabuluki. I'm also the founder and CEO of Verbatim Scribe. And today I will be your host on Prosperity for Your Soul. I've titled my talk today, Cast Your Net Again, the Strategy of Mentorship and the Second Chance. Cast your net again, the strategy of mentorship and the second chance. Good morning, good morning. Let me see you type your chats. Let me see you type in the chat, good morning. I'll invite your friends. We'll be getting started really soon. We'll be getting started real soon. I'll give people 3 more minutes to invite their friends, 3 more minutes to log in, and we can get straight into it. How's everyone feeling this morning? I don't know about you. I feel ready. I feel great. Like I said, when you open your eyes, that's the first gift. That's 2 gifts. Opening both eyes, that's 2 gifts. Life in itself is the second gift, and being able to interact with you is the third gift. Good morning, Prince. Good morning, Maria. Good morning, Salome. I see you all. Welcome, 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 welcome. Wherever you're logging in from, wherever you're watching from, let me see you type where you're watching from. Let me see you type how you're feeling this morning. Salome from Namibia. Yes, our lead mentor and founder of PLD, Dr. Nellie, is on her way to Namibia. So Namibia, for those watching from Namibia, look out for Dr. Nellie. Jump on her LinkedIn, jump on her Facebook page, see how she's moving. She is on her way to Namibia. Good morning, Memory. How are you doing today? Invite your friends to log in. We'll be getting started in 2 minutes. Cast your net again, the strategy of mentorship and a second chance. Let me see you type cast your net again in the comment section. Cast your net again. Good morning, Catherine. How are you doing? Okay. Yes, Salome, you're waiting for Dr. Nellie. She's on her way. If I'm not mistaken, she's on her way to the airport. She is on her way. Namibia, get ready. Prince from Zambia, I see you, Prince. Yes, I'm happy to be here too. Lead and master coach Sylvia Bimwansa, Dr. Sylvia Bimwansa. I see you. Yes, we're about to cast our net again. I see you. Cast your net again, Salome. Yes, absolutely. Cast your net again. Dr. Nellie's on her way. She's about to do some amazing things in Namibia just before the Real Women Summit. Level up and elevate. What a time it's going to be. All right, 1 more minute and then we'll get started. Cast your net again. Yes, cast your net again. That's the topic for today. Okay, 1 minute is up. And good morning, Gugu. How you doing? I see you. Everyone joining us from whichever platform, from whatever country. Welcome to Prosperity for Your Soul. As my name says there, I'm coach, life coach both, and career coach. I'm Kampamba Mabuluki, founder, CEO of Verbatim Scribe. My topic today is Cast Your Net Again, the strategy of mentorship and the second chance. So I took my talk today from a famous story and passage about Jesus from Luke chapter 5, verse 3 to 5. And he tells Simon Peter, launch out into the deep and let down your nets for a catch. Now we've got 4 days to go before we get into quarter two, 4 days to go before we get into quarter two. And I'm also talking to myself today. I'm also talking to myself because I need to launch into the deep and cast my net again. Now, I'm also talking to myself because I've talked myself and procrastinated myself out of some things that I've started and haven't finished in quarter one, and I need to finish as well. Things I needed to start and things I needed to finish in quarter one. But with 4 days to go, you can cast your net again. Now, what does cast your net again mean? Now, we're 3 months into 2025. And at the beginning of the year, everyone had a strategy, everyone had a plan. For those of you who are in PLD, you're even part of Coach Joyce's goal setting. For those of you who are not part of goal setting, this is your time to join now. With 4 days to go, you can cast your net again and join that goal setting. Some of you at the beginning of the year, just like Simon Peter at night, were toiling. You were toiling, you worked, you put in the work, you worked on your brand, you worked on your business, you worked on whatever you're supposed to work on, and you had a strategy and a plan, but you got nothing. But guess what? That is the importance of mentorship. A mentor is that person who will come after you've caught nothing, after you've told and put in the work. That mentor will come and say, cast your net again. Casting your net again is a new strategy. Casting your net again is a new strategy. For some of you, casting your net again could mean writing that book you've always wanted to write. For some of you, it's starting that business you've always wanted to start. For some of you, it's taking yourself back to school. Some of you, it's upgrading that certificate to a diploma. Others, it's upgrading that diploma to an advanced diploma. Others, it's advancing that diploma to a degree. Others, it's that degree to a master's to a PhD. Cast your net again. Now, casting your net again requires a different kind of strategy. It requires you to go to the deep, launch into the deep. Let me hear you say and type cast your net again. Cast your net again. Type cast your net again in the comment section. So, when you launch into the deep, it means not only are you employing a new strategy, but you're trying something new. But the mentor who's telling you to cast your net again has already been to the deep. They've already achieved certain things and they know what it means to go to the deep and cast your net again. As coach Dr. Nellie likes saying, the master coach likes saying, you as a mentee does not need to go through some of the things she's already been through, or some of the things your mentor has already been through and have experienced. The reason being is to save you a lot of time, effort, and energy, but also they've been to the deep and back, and the results are evident. For example, I'm working on a few books that I need to put together from life experience, some experience I need to share with people. And what experiences are, or testimonies as they're called, are not a template. No, they're not a template because everyone is different. Everyone is designed different. Everyone has different giftings. Everyone has different talents. Everyone has a different purpose. So, according to your purpose, your talent, and your gifts, your mentor's experiences are just meant to help you figure out what you need to do, but furthermore, also to encourage you. They're a source of encouragement. But you have to go to the deep yourself, you have to cast the net yourself, and then you begin to see the results. Now, once he casts his net again, then he begins to catch. And the catch is so big, it almost breaks the nets. And it's so big that he has to call others. What does this mean for you today? What does this mean for me today? What that means is your purpose is supposed to impact others and those around you. Your purpose is supposed to impact those around you. So when you cast your net again and you catch, it means now you're putting your purpose into action. The catch is not for you. Yes, the catch is for you, but it's also for others. That's why as soon as Simon Peter had caught so much fish, the nets were about to break, he had to call others to come through with their boats and share with him. What happens when you don't use your purpose? What happens when you don't impact others with your talent, with your purpose, and your gifts? That fish would have been rotten, some of it would have been lost, the nets would have broken, and that catch would have not been impactful. So, your purpose, your gifts, and your talents need to impact others. That's how you measure your effectiveness and how that casting your net again is working and impacting others. Good morning for those joining us. Um, our theme today is Cast Your Net Again, the strategy of mentorship and the second chance. So, between now, between January and now, with 4 days to go to the end of quarter one, you may have tried a few things, but this is the time to pick up the phone with 4 days to go, call your mentor, reach out to your mentor, go back to the goals you set, and re strategize. Try going a bit further, pushing yourself a bit further. Everyone's feeling tired. I'm feeling tired too, but every day I got to pick myself up again. Casting your net again means joining that workout. POD workout. In the morning from 5:30 on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Those 3 days, push yourself to work out. Push yourself to energize yourself one more time. 4 days is a long time to turn it around. 4 days is enough time for you to catch once you cast your nets again, and it's enough time for you to pull out a catch that will almost break your nets, that will need to call others. So, casting your net again is about you, but also impacting others. So, this first quarter, what have you impacted with your purpose? What have you impacted with your goals? What have you impacted with your talents? What have you impacted with your gifts? What have you impacted with what you do? If the answer to that is maybe 20%, 30%, 40%, push yourself these last 4 days of quarter one, because quarter two is coming with the same strategy and the same lesson, but a different application and a different approach altogether. So let me see you type one more time. Cast your net again into the deep, so that your purpose is put to the test, so that your purpose can be tested by others, so that your purpose can bring you yield. You see, the action there of casting your net again, it's only when you cast your net again, it's only when you begin to use your purpose that you get a yield. Had the fisherman, Simon Peter, not cast his net again, because you see, what happens is he began explaining and said, I've toiled all night long. Yes, we've all put in the work. Yes, you've worked on your brand, you've worked on your packaging, you've worked on your story, but perhaps your story, for it to be impactful, needs an editor. It perhaps needs you to contact Verbatim Scribe to edit your story. Perhaps you need to apply to a different, maybe you applied for a master's at one university and they said, you know what, you're not the person we're looking for. There are a million universities in the world. Go on and apply at another university. Write another essay. Cast that net again. Because guess what? In 4 days, we're in quarter two. Quarter two will come with different challenges. It will come with a different strategy, to come with a different plan. As long as God gives me breath and God gives me life, hopefully I'll be able to share part two of Cast Your Net again, because looking at the time, I won't have enough time to share the other part of it, because casting your net again has two aspects to it. The one I'm discussing today, or the one I'm sharing today, is from a broad perspective. It's a perspective of your purpose, your gifts, and your calling and impact on others. But there's another aspect that applies to yourself and zeroing in to certain things. And that one is in John 21, 10 to 12. And that one now is having breakfast with Simon Peter and the same guys previously who had cast their nets again. So I won't delve into that. I'll focus today and zero in on casting your net again. Now, with 4 days to go, like I said, you can still turn your life around. So, what does this mean when we talk about it? You may be tired, yes, but people are looking up to you. You may be tired, you may be running out of strength, but how about the other people looking at you? How about the other fishermen, the other boats that also need to come and help you pull that catch? Those people also need to be motivated when they see you writing that book, when they see you going back and taking yourself back to school, as Dr. Neil likes to say, when they see you working on your purpose, when they see you working on your gifts, that encourages them. And that's the other part of casting the net again. The other boats, your network, and the people in your life who you're impacting will only bring their boat to you, their boats to you. They'll only come and help you pull out the nets when you've made the catch, or when you've taken the action, taken that leap, taken that step. That's when the resources begin to come. Um, my father, who's one of my greatest mentors, always says, take a leap of faith first. Once you take a leap of faith first and you begin to do, because you yourself are a resource. When he was explaining and saying, I didn't catch anything all night, he had already tried one strategy. But guess what? In the impossible, during the day, in the morning, when usually there are no fish or the fish have gone, that's when he cast his net again. So when you cast your net again, that's when people will come now and mobilize themselves and say, look, he's doing something. Look, he's caught something. Let's help him. Let's join him. Let's help him mobilize. Let's help him grow. Let's help him expand. Let's help him publish that book. Let's help him perhaps get a scholarship. Let's help him perhaps further himself. But without you taking the action, without you casting your net again, nothing is going to happen. This is Prosperity for Your Soul. We're live every Thursday, and I'm very grateful to Dr. Nellie for giving me this opportunity. I don't take it for granted at all to share with you. And in the remaining minutes, I'll speak a little bit about the Real Women Summit coming up from the 11th to the 13th. This is the 7th edition. So as you prepare to cast your nets again, also remember to invest in yourself. The Real Women Summit is it's not just a mere summit, it's an investment in yourself. There's a great lineup of speakers, including Dr. Nellie herself. There are seasoned speakers speaking on the 11th and the 13th. And for the women, on the 12th, the women on the 12th, please mark your calendars. There will be something very special happening. These things only happen once in a lifetime. Please turn out in numbers to support our lead coach and our lead mentor, Dr. Nellie. The numbers are appearing as we speak. There will be Tamania's Bride's Blessing Day coming up on the 12th of April. So this Real Women Summit is a special Real Women Summit. It's not an ordinary Real Women Summit. No. This is a Real Women Summit. This particular one, the 7th edition, you only get to cast your net once. So you better be ready with your nets to cast them and catch that knowledge, catch that wisdom, and just catch that life-changing advice from numerous speakers, including Dr. Nellie herself. Dr. Akan will also be launching 3 books. So it's the gift that keeps on giving, a triple book launch. Just imagine a triple book launch. He'll be launching the professional code, the career code, and the graduate code. So make sure as you prepare to cast your nets again, you also invest in yourself. That 650 kwacha is an investment. It's an investment that will last you a lifetime. It's an investment that will help you with your strategy as you cast your net again. It's an investment that will help you with your purpose, with your gifts, with your calling. It will refine you. There's nothing more refining than listening to people who've made it, but people who also have been tried and tested and have a strategy. As you can see, I have my UN badges here on my jacket. Yes, I'm a UN award recipient. This is all thanks to listening and gleaning to my mentor, listening and gleaning to Dr. Nellie Kangwa as a mentor who's told me numerous times to cast my net again. We all go to our mentor with excuses saying, I tried this and I tried that. I put in all my effort. But guess what? The mentor has been there, done that, and they always have a strategy or some new advice or something you haven't tried or haven't heard, which requires you to go to the deep, throw your nets, and cast your net again, and you'll be surprised and amazed at what results you will get. So please don't forget, mark your calendars 11th and 13th, Women Summit, the 12th, ladies, we have Tamanya's bridal blessing. And of course, every week, we have amazing programs. Prosperity for Your Soul is just one of the many amazing programs. Rev Water comes through on Monday with some tremendous insight about life, business, entrepreneurship, you name it. He shares and pours out his acumen every Monday at 8. On Tuesdays, we have the master coach herself, Dr. Sylvia B. Mwansa, popularly known as SBM, coming through some insight on life, mentorship, and just some insight you need to hear about your career. As we speak, so please get in touch with PLD. For those of you traveling from out of town, I've seen a numerous posting that they're coming in from Namibia. Yes, Dr. Nelly is on her way to Namibia today. Please look out for her. Check out her social media pages on the amazing things she's about to do in Namibia. On Wednesdays, we have selling your brand. For those of you with brands, for those of you who are trying to sell something you're doing, Wednesday is your day. Reach out to admin, reach out to someone at POD, and they can give you more information on that. And of course, on Thursday, we are live like we are today on Prosperity for Your Soul. Yes, Prosperity for Your Soul is exactly that. For your soul to prosper, you need to cast your net again. For your soul to prosper, you need to be working on your purpose. For your soul to prosper, today is the day you need to start on that one thing you've been procrastinating, on those several things you've started but not finished. I'm talking to myself too. There's a couple of things I've started that I haven't finished, but I'll purpose in these 4 days to push myself to finish. There are books that need to be written. There's insight I need to share with people. As we speak, I'm translating a book from English to French. I'm challenging and pushing myself this first quarter so that when the second quarter comes and I'm told to cast my net again, this time with a different instruction and a different insight. This time I won't even, my nets won't be breaking. I'll be much closer to the shore, and people will also be ready to help me when I cast my net again to pull in the catch. Indeed. Thank you so much. I see the feedback in the comment section. I greatly, greatly appreciate the generous compliments. Very, very encouraging. And thank you for just showing up. Thank you for taking that 30 minutes out of your day to be here on Prosperity for Your Soul with me. I know everyone has a busy schedule. Everyone has things to do. Everyone is busy. But I appreciate you for honoring the time I've sacrificed to just share with you the information I had for you today. And then on Fridays, we discuss health. Your health is wealth. Please always stay healthy, look after yourself. Casting your net again means also going to the gym, working on your body, working on your diet. Not everything that goes into your body is good, and you've got to stay active. The older you get, The younger you need to look, the older you get, the healthier you need to be in your eating, in your living. And things that stress you, leave them alone. You don't need stress in your life. There's a difference between casting your net and putting in effort to things that matter and putting in effort to things that don't matter. You know, as you cast your net again, you're going to lose certain relationships, you're going to lose certain friends, you're going to stop certain habits, you're going to stop doing certain things. But that is what casting your net means. That is what casting your net implies, and that is what you need to put in. For you to change your life, for you to improve your life, for you to work on your purpose, for you to work on your brand. You see, a brand is a story about a person in essence. There can be no brand without a person. There can be no Coca Cola without the man who invented the Coca Cola formula. There can be no Ford. These Ford Rangers you see on the road would not exist without Henry Ford. So, in essence, your brand is really just a story about who you are and what you do. So, never stop casting your net again. 4 days to go into quarter 4. I mean, sorry, not quarter four. 4 days to go into quarter one. Quarter one. Call your mentor or your mentors, for those of you who have several mentors for different things, and reach out to them and ask them, what strategy do you have for me for the next 4 days? How can I push myself to finish what I started? How can I start what I need to start in 2025? It's not too late. It's not too late. You can always cast your net again, and you'll be amazed at what you can do in 4 days. Remember, Real Women Summit coming up April 11th to April 13th. April 12th is a special once in a lifetime. Dr. Nellie's only daughter will be having a bridal blessing. Look out for those details. If you're not a member of POD, cast your net again. This is your cue to sign up. If you're not in the goal setting group with Dr. Joyce, cast your net again. This is the time to re-strategize. This is that time. This is a call for me. This is a call for you. The gift every day is when your two eyes open. That's two gifts already. The third one is being mobile and breathing. And to stay mobile, stay working on your body, stay working on your health. Remember, your healthy mind, healthy body, healthy spirit is a healthy life. I've been your coach and mentor, Kampambama Buluki, founder, CEO, Verbatim Scribe. If you need help writing your manuscript, if you need your manuscript edited, if you need your text translated from English to French or vernacular languages, please reach out for my services. The POD numbers have been popping up in the chat. The POD numbers have been popping up on the page. Reach out to them, get those tickets, invest in yourself. The ticket's an investment in yourself. There's nothing you can do greater for yourself than invest in yourself. My 30 minutes is up. It's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you so, so much for everyone who showed up. Yes, Yvonne, I see you in the group with Dr. Joyce. Share with your friends. Tell them how that vision has been sharpened and how your life has been improved. Let's remember to pray for Dr. Nellie as she goes and travels to Namibia. Namibia, turn out in numbers, support her. She has some amazing insight for you. This has been Prosperity for Your Soul. Please join in tomorrow, same time for Health Talk. And remember, Mondays we've got Rev Water. Tuesdays we've got Dr. Sylvia Beamwansa. And cast your net again. End quarter one strong. 4 days to go. Let's go. Have a great day. Have a phenomenal day. Stay healthy and stay blessed. Until we meet again for part 2 of Cast Your Net again. Goodbye.